Hey guys, what is up? Today we're doing something a little different. I'm just going to talk a little about myself. Can't talk. Get a little bit of a mush mouth going on. Anyways, just so you can get to know me a little better, I'm gonna try to weave some of this stuff in every now and then. Talk about things, whatever the heck I feel like talking about, really. But no. So today I just wanted to talk about how I got into screaming and what made me like screaming and things like that. So I guess let's start at the beginning of time. No, so basically, I've always liked rock music just because grew up around it. My family listened to it growing up. My mom liked Guns N' Roses, Def Leppard, stuff like that. My dad listened to a lot of classic rock, like, Eagles. I'm trying to think some ZZ Top. He listened to a lot of stuff like that. But I remember one year when I was like, I can't remember. I had to been like 14 or so. Okay, let me back up a little bit. So I liked stuff like Metallica, Megadeth, and all that because of my older brother. So we already liked rock music, but my older brother liked metal and like older metal. And I remember I freaking just got obsessed with Megadeth, like hardcore, and mainly because of the guitar playing. I always liked guitar playing. Even before I started playing guitar, I liked stuff with really good guitar playing in it. And then I started playing guitar, and that made me like Megadeth even more because their stuff was just really hard to play. Anyways, yeah, I was into that kind of stuff already, but then I liked Avenged Sevenfold as well. A friend of mine turned me on to Avenged Sevenfold back like a long time ago, and we had to have been like 14, probably 13, 14, and anyways, I got into Avenged Sevenfold, but it was like the City of Evil album that I really liked, and I remember asking my mom for not Christmas, it was my birthday. I can't remember. It was like my 14th or 15th birthday. I don't remember. I asked her for the City of Evil album by Avenged Sevenfold, but she got me the wrong one. She got me Waking the Fallen, which, if any of you know, that was like their heavier album with like a lot of screaming, stuff like that. Don't mind my little dog right here. He's just chilling with me. The other one's back there. I don't think you can see him. He's snoozing. But the big dogs are in the back. But this dude, he's just chilling out here, walking around. Don't mind him. But anyways, she got me the wrong album, and I remember like right away I was like, man, I didn't want this, and I didn't like it at all because I didn't like screaming, and I was like, but you know what, I got to give it a shot because my mom really tried, and you know, I wanted to appreciate the fact she got it for me, so I was listening to it, and I tried to find a couple songs I liked. And of course, the most accessible song that most people like off that album is Unholy Confessions, which was the first song I liked off of it because it didn't have a ton of screaming. Like, it has screaming in it, but it didn't have just screaming the entire time. It had a lot of singing too. So I was like, you know what, this song's actually pretty good. I dug it. And then I just kept listening to the album. I don't know why. I kept coming back to it and coming back to it. And then next thing I knew, I was enjoying songs with the screaming in it. And then, as time went on, I preferred the songs with the screaming in it. It's weird. I've always told people that, you kind of view screaming as like a percussive instrument. At least I always did. Like, especially with people like Phil from, I think that's his name. Pretty sure it's his name. But from Whitechapel. That dude screams super rhythmic, so it's more like a percussion instrument rather than a melody instrument. Your voice when you do screaming. So, yeah, that's how I got into screaming. It was my mom's fault. She got me the wrong album. I wanted to be a good son, so I listened to it, and then I ended up liking it. And then I just started practicing, trying to scream, just being really bad at it first. I remember I was trying, and I didn't, I got this kind of scream thing down for a while, but it was hurting my throat, and I watched videos that said, like, if it hurts, don't do it. So I was like, okay, well, it hurts, so obviously I'm doing this wrong. and I kept trying different things, and then I was started being able to scream where it didn't hurt, and I was like, oh, okay, so this doesn't hurt. I'll do it this way, and I just kept practicing that technique into how I scream now in Lorarium, and it doesn't hurt at all. I mean, the most it hurts is like the same as like it hurts when you sing for a really long time. But even then, like, probably because I don't have the greatest technique with singing, even then, usually screaming doesn't hurt my voice as much as like singing for hours does. So I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm doing it right then. Who knows? Come back in 20 years and we'll find out. Maybe I'll sound like I've been chain smoking for 20 years, but I don't think so. I've been doing it since I was 16, so 10 years now, and everything's fine. So let's just come on, baby. Let's keep that going, because it's ridiculous to think that it's not in the back of my mind that there's a possibility that I could blow out my voice or hurt myself. But I'd be ridiculous to say that that's something I never think about, because it is. And honestly, the times that hurt me the most is when I play really long shows and I can't hear myself in the monitors or something like that. Because then I'm overdoing it. I'm pushing it too hard, and it's like, you can't tell in those situations. So like when I'm playing live and I'm pushing really hard, but you don't notice it until afterwards. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't doing the technique correct. Like that, I shouldn't have done it that way. You know what I mean? But that's something I need to work on. It's always in those situations, or otherwise where I'm at home practicing or practicing with the band, I can scream for hours and it doesn't hurt, because we have the speakers and stuff set up to where I can hear myself pretty well, and so I don't have to overdo it. So if you're learning to scream, I would suggest always keep that in the back of your mind. Like, am I pushing too hard? Because it's easy in a live situation to get carried away. It really is. So, that's how I got into screaming, and I've never stopped. It's, it's a lot of fun. But guitar was first, though, just to be clear. That's why I do a lot more guitar videos. Actually, I haven't really done very many vocal videos at all on my YouTube, but, if you follow Lorarium or anything like that, then I do vocals. But I probably should do more vocal stuff, because I really enjoy doing it. But guitar is my number one. If I had to pick between singing, it being a vocalist, or being just a guitar player, 1,000% every time. So, And then what made me want to actually learn how to scream and do like vocals and guitar together was Matt Hafey from Trivium. And I remember coming across their stuff, of course, in James Hetfield and Dave Mustaine. Actually, that's probably where it first came from, was Dave Mustaine and James Hetfield. Those two were like, oh, it's like, I want to be them, And then I found Matt Hafey, and I was like, oh my God, he's the vocalist, and he can actually play guitar really well. And then I found David Davidson, and from Revocation. I was like, oh my goodness, this dude is nuts. So like, those four were like some pretty big influences on me. That is like, okay, I want to do guitar and vocals, and that's why I started practicing. But mainly those four, yeah. So, anyways, just a little bit about myself. Maybe just a little glimpse into what's going on here. So I'll try to put like some videos like this up more, probably go back and forth, just because it is kind of hard to keep up on content that is creating a cover or a song every week, just because I do work full time, so it is a lot to keep up on, and I have band practice 2 nights a week, so it's like, it's a lot. So I'll probably do some more just like commentary stuff like this, let you get to know me, and I enjoyed talking about this stuff. It's fun to relive those memories. So cool, thanks for watching. See ya.